Our investigation journey started with the story of your son, Zach, a once-in-a-generation star, unbelievable. And I still look at that story, Larry, and it still makes me cry. Larry, where did you live?
In 1979, right beside the...
You were on the fence row.
Yeah.
You were a little more than a mile from the plant.
Yes.
I want to jump ahead.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Zach went to Ohio State. No question would have been in the big leagues.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he was offered that.
Could already went. Yeah.
He would have, he's just unbelievable. And what a young man. Everybody that talks about him says, as great as he was as a baseball player, he was even better as a person.
He was a humble guy.
So growing up on the fence line was what I talked to you about, and you didn't do an interview about the detail, but you were intrigued that I was looking at this because your son said to you when he was really sick and the cancer came back, he said, "Do you think we lived in the wrong place?"
That's correct. Yeah.
You moved.
Yeah, I did.
And when you moved when he was sick.
Yes, yes.
I asked you back then, Larry, do you believe that the tragedy that played out, the loss of this great young man who died at 21 from leukemia, was caused by the plant?
Absolutely.
Do you blame your government?
Yes.
Why?
They just let us down.
Has it ever been the same for you?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Larry, thank you for your time. It's good seeing you again.
Good to see you
look
again.
good.
Yeah.
This is Brad and Michelle Likens. You had 5 children.
Yes.
And I say had 5 children.
Correct.
You lost your only son.
Correct.
You're wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
Braden.
Yes.
The amazing thing about Braden is he died from leukemia. That's not unusual, is it, around here? That happened in 2021?
Correct.
He was just 13 years old.
Correct.
I know this is a very difficult question. Your only son, you were bonding. He hadn't come into his own yet. He was a great young man. You loved him. I saw the videos. It's amazing. How much do you miss him?
I can't put that in perspective, how much I miss him.
It feels like a part of yourself is actually missing. Yes. They actually said, your son has leukemia and he's bleeding on his brain. And it wasn't even within an hour. He was screaming in pain and asking us, "What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?" over and over again until they had to put him under to stop him from thrashing and carrying on, and he never woke back up.
And that's when you said, Brad, take him quickly.
Exactly. It was my prayer.
Your prayer was answered, but you lost your son.
Yes, correct.
What do you hope for today?
I hope for everyone in this room to get answers and for us to not be silent anymore. And I just want to say I'm sorry for anybody that's lost anybody they loved to this place.
And you believe it's Ports?
I believe it's Ports. Yes, I do.
Yes, definitely.
This is Shauna Mullins. Hi, Shauna.
Hi.
We've talked quite a bit. Shauna helped organize this. In 2015, at the end of his 8th grade year, your son, Garrett Houston, who attended South Webster Middle School, a good ways from here, was diagnosed with AML leukemia. He died less than a year later. Tell me about your son.
Garrett was always the kid that didn't really fit in, but he loved everyone. He was always a jokester. He showed him 4-H. He played baseball. He played soccer. He was never the top player or anything, but, he was just a kid. He was a very good kid.
I understand that a doctor told you that he believed Garrett's leukemia was caused by environmental exposure.
Yes. They told us, you know, with his age and everything, that him never working as an adult, that it had to be environmental, something he was exposed to in the environment.
You, for a short time, lived with your father, who worked at the plant. Do you believe it might be connected to that?
I mean, there's no question something had to have happened. I mean, because we lived with my dad about 6 months before Garrett was diagnosed, so it's like, and my dad was in the major decontamination and everything out there, so I can't imagine that he wouldn't have brought something home.
Say hello to Bob Malone. Bobby Malone was his son.
Yes. Yes. that's my son.
Rhabdo.
Carcinoma.
Yep. Rhabdo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he died in 1987.
When he was 2 years old, a 6-pound tumor was removed from your son.
Yeah. Sorry.
You don't have to
I'm so
apologize.
sorry hearing these stories. But I have lived through some dark places.
You've never been the same since you lost your son.
So
You said it ruined your life.
I was studying to be a preacher, and I turned, I've been in some dark places. And I just want to tell them, I'm so sorry for your losses. I pray for your families. I just want my son to be recognized.
You lived on Bobo Road. That's near Happy Hollow.
Yeah.
That's very close to Ports.
Yeah, and they was working at nighttime up on McCorkle Ridge, slipping radiation out, and at night, and didn't tell none of us.
So they were working the dirt, the trucks were going past, and you knew that was
We
happening.
knew that happened, and we didn't know they was digging radiation up, and they slipped it out, and Bobby played in the yard less than a mile from him.
Thank you for your time. I want to go to the panel. Wes Harrison. Since Zons was closed, you are not seeing cancer in the children
No,
who attend these schools.
that's correct. The last group of students that went through there are now seniors. There is not one student that I'm aware of. Now, there could be, I'm not somebody there that I don't know about, but not one reported case. And of course, all those students below the 12th graders, none of them have been through that school. You asked me one time a question in another forum. Do I think the DOA knew it? Yes, I do.
You knew that it was contaminated?
Absolutely, I believe that. If you looked at number of deaths in this community and the cancer rates that exist in this community, it far exceeds anything remotely close to Lawrence County, Scioto County, or other places in the United States.
Why are you going to this kind of length to support things like this?
I think it's important to support the community and the people here and what they've been through. The most important thing that I feel like I have to do is to protect your children.
Thank you so much. Michael Ketterer, Dr. Michael Ketterer. You live in Arizona. You have loose ties to Ohio, kind of. You came in here and you did this, and you put yourself on the line for all kinds of criticism. And I just want to know why. Why did you decide to care about this place?
Well, I think the reason to the why is because I see the truth about whether something is contaminated or not as an objective reality that has to be stated. I kind of think like I'm a goal judge at a hockey game or I'm an umpire at a baseball game, and people are not going to be happy with me when I say that is not a strike and this one is definitely a strike. And when it comes down to Zons Corner, what I did is I tested some wipe samples that community member Elizabeth Lamerson collected in the attic, and the simple answer was my laboratory tests using the same methodology as the DOE shows that yes, there's enriched uranium in there, and it could only have come from the Department of Energy. So Zons Corner was in the plume of contamination, folks.
The U.S. Department of Energy pays an enormous amount of money to universities and research centers across the country. Do you believe a truly independent study, independent, is possible?
Independence is really hard on account of the Upton-Sinclair principle, Duane. You can't get somebody to understand something when their salary depends upon them not understanding it. So academics are just as bought off as every other group.
Dr. David Menuda is the former chief scientist at Ports. Do you feel that you've been played in the past, and do you have a different truth now?
Yes.
Was the venting occurring on a regular basis?
Yes, sir.
Was there a thing called a midnight rocket?
Yes.
As quickly as you can. What was a midnight rocket?
The product needed to be withdrawn in specification so it could be used either by the utility companies or by the military. And so anything that would potentially have made the product out of spec was vented.
Was the venting radioactive material?
Almost certainly yes.
Was it enriched?
From that building, yes.
That was the 326?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 326 is the end of the line. That's where you get the highest, what they call assay. I had to learn all this. But that is the most important product that goes into bomb making. Big time threat. And you're saying that gas from this building at the very high end of contamination was being shot out of that plant on a regular basis through a thing called midnight rockets.
Yes, sir.
It counted on the atmosphere taking it away, didn't it?
That's correct. They thought that it would diffuse and then be at very, very low levels.
It didn't work out that way.
No, sir.
Do you think you've been lied to by your own government, sir?
Yes.
Do you regret your time there?
No.
But you were lied to.
No question.
Dr. Menuda, thank you.
Yes.
I want to talk to April Haar. You lived very near the plant in Fox Run Apartments, right?
Apartments.
Okay.
Like 5 minutes away from it, maybe.
You have cancer all over.
Rectal, mets to the liver, mets to the lungs.
You had 20 tumors.
Yes.
20.
20.
18 are gone.
Yes, 19 are gone.
19 are gone.
Yes.
But the lung in your tumor is continuing to grow.
Yes. Unfortunately.
You're facing chemo right now.
I'm in chemo every 2 weeks.
How much do you blame where you lived here for what you're facing now?
I blame completely everything on that plant. I was found that it wasn't genetic. I wasn't born with this. It was a genetic that was mutated by an outside force. This is wrong. This is completely wrong.
Do you think you're going to, the battle, you're still underway, you've made progress, you're going to make it?
I believe so, yeah, I hope so. I'm scared.
This is Cheryl Day. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, read with me. Breast cancer diagnosed first time in 2014. Last year it came back.
Yes.
You're now stage 4?
Stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, but it's all throughout my body.
You have brain?
It's on my brain, my lungs, my liver, my back.
3 rounds of radiation. What are we doing?
Presently, I'm taking a chemo pill, and I'm going to have scans at the end of this month to see if I need to have more radiation.
Where'd you live?
I grew up in the Camp Creek area, and then I moved over in Yankee Hill.
Do you believe contamination made its way to you and caused your cancer?
Yes, I do.
From the plant.
from the plant because it was not in my family.
No workers there?
No workers.
So where you lived created the cancer you fight.
Yes, I do believe that.
This is Heather Bennett. We met not long ago, did we?
Yep.
Heather is stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. It's a terminal cancer.
Yeah, it went to my bones.
It's in your bones.
And now I have a new spot that's on my brain. We're investigating Monday, so I'm scared.
You said that over and over again. It's frightening. And here you are,
And here I am,
battling every day to stay alive.
every day.
You told me when I originally talked to you, Heather, you told me you don't have hope.
No, there's no hope. Not around here. We get no answers. We get lied to. Everything's okay. But we keep getting diagnosed and dying
Are you on chemo today?
every 3 weeks for the rest of my life.
You want to be there for your girls.
I want to watch my girls walk this stage literally to graduate. That's all I want, to see them grow up, to know my grandkids. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for.
Do you believe people around here matter?
Yeah, yeah. We all matter, but not to who's causing the problem, not to who's killing us. We don't matter.
And that is?
The DOE.
You've heard the stories. What's the answer?
We need to be heard. We need to be respected, and enough is enough. I'm tired of it. And you know what? Our voices mean a lot too, and the hell with them. I'm done. I love you.
Jerry,
Sir.
are you equally upset, and are you committed to a solution? Not that it's new. If you're committed to the solution, what is it?
I'll ask the second part, or answer the second part first. We're absolutely committed to a solution. What that solution looks like, I'm not smart enough to tell you, but I think it starts with a comprehensive epidemiological study that is third party, that is not associated with DOE.
What Jerry said is exactly right. There's parts of our independent study that weren't done and that need completed, so I'm perfectly fine with that. And we need answers, we need help, we need people above us to listen.
What is needed? Quickly, what is needed?
What is needed in Piketon, you guys need perpetual environmental monitoring, not just one and done. You need it all the time till the end of time. And you need to take that matter into your own hands.
I think the most important thing needs to happen in Pike County with respect to the plant. I think we need to find out where the contamination came from. If it came from the plant, how do we fix it? You know, that's always a question that should come to mind. How do we correct what the problem is here? How do we remediate all the issues that have existed here? How do we take care of the families that are sitting out here that have had to pay a price for the cost of the Cold War? So my heart goes out to each and every one of you, and I would hope that if we all work together, the solution can be found in an honest way to try to make things better for the community.
This community's been devastated by the loss. You wear children's pictures on your shirts who've been taken from you. I think it's appropriate right now that we all have a moment of silence together and remember the victims who can't be here today to give their voice. Please. All right, folks, thank you. I want to give you my final thoughts. I've spent so much time here in Pike County. My wife knows it's my second home. People on social media don't even ask where I'm going anymore. It's Pike County, Piketon, and Ports to get a ticket, apparently. But I come to this area because it reminds me of home. I'm just a kid from a small town. I've traveled the world, I've been everywhere, and I believe in you. I really do. And trust me when I say I feel your pain and sense of abandonment at a very deep level. I know what that feels like. I grew up in it too. This town hall puts faces to the figures. Moms, dads, sons, daughters, you're all suffering from cancer. Far too often you're dying. That should be clear to anyone. Anyone. The numbers are there. It's also equally clear, and I say this very carefully and very precisely. The government agencies that you pay for with your taxes have done virtually nothing to get to the bottom of what's causing your suffering and deaths. Nothing. They'll say one thing, but if they cared about that reality, they were all invited. They're not here. Now, doesn't mean they have to be. From a fairness position, they'll give you an answer, but they have a moral duty to look you in the eyes and give you the truth. When I first came to Pike County 5 years ago, I was told by many here, people in this part of the state, don't matter. At the time, I'm like, what are you talking about? After 5 years, I now completely understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying. While you've been forgotten by far too many leaders, you're not alone. Take a look around this room, people. Do it. Look around the room. This room is filled with your neighbors, your friends, your family, and people you don't know. Didn't know till today, did you? Not really. You're all here together, and you've filled a good portion of an auditorium to tell your truth. Don't forget this site, please. When everyone else fails you, you have each other, right? And when you gather in numbers, you will be heard. I promise you. Together, you, the great people of this section of the state that I care about, you can and should push back for more. You should push back together. I said I joined Dr. Ketterer a couple of years ago in the desert of New Mexico. We were covering the downwinders. That's the group of people who were fighting to be compensated from the first atomic bomb, the Oppenheimer bomb. They too feel that they've been forgotten, but they haven't given up. They're fighting together. They're demanding to be included in something called the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. That's called RECA. Right now, RECA provides money to just 20 people in 22 counties under the original test ground in Nevada, the nuclear bombs. There's no reason why you shouldn't be covered under this. No reason at all. Because you faced your own form of fallout too. There's no question. Because of the efforts, this town hall provides proof that organization, hard work, commitment can bring numbers that matter. Is everybody familiar with your constitutional rights? You think you are? So there's a 14th Amendment. It was passed in 1868. It states the government shall not deprive anyone of life, liberty, or property. And they started with life. Even if Ports, the A plant, was taken out of the argument, people are still dying here at a shocking rate. And that means your government has a constitutional duty to find out why, doesn't it? Together, you're strong enough to demand our leaders live up to that duty. Finally, again, look around. With all the sickness and despair, all the cancer, all the death, all the misery, you came here today to speak your truth. to gather together as one. That, my friends, means you haven't lost hope. You haven't lost hope. Hope is the most powerful force when it comes to change. We're going to be right here covering this. We're not going away. We're going to figure this out together because that's what we do. You do matter. And you have mattered for a very long time. We got to get the government involved. Right? Let's do that. All right. So I do want to thank you all for being here. It means everything in the world. And I want to make sure you understand that Local 12, Sinclair Broadcast Group, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for trusting us to tell your stories. Don't stop. I appreciate it. Thank you all. That'll end the program. Thank you.